Now for something completely different. Lego will now start selling bricks coded with Braille to help blind and partially sighted children learn to read the touch-based alphabet. The Danish toy maker has been providing the specialist bricks free to a selection of schools and services since 2020 already. The Lego was developed and tested in partnership with organizations for the blind around the world. For more on this exciting news, I'm joined by Toby Shapshak, editor-in-chief at Stuff Studios and a Lego fanatic, a self-proclaimed Lego fanatic himself. Toby, you know, when they told me I was chatting to you about this, I've got a 2.5-year-old Lego Lego fan in the house, and so I'm new to it. But getting into it, it just makes sense. Of course, they have to have a Braille version of Lego. It's made for it.
Isn't this the most wonderful thing? I have loved Lego my whole life. I've been playing with it forever. It is the most wonderful way to introduce children to the concepts of building something, of creating something. I played with it. I loved it. All of my friends, my goddaughters, my nephews and nieces, we've all loved it. My wife's family, here's one I made earlier. They don't know what to do with me, so they buy me these kinds of things for Christmas. Look,
and it keeps you quiet for a few weeks on end.
Totally. I mean, it keeps my son quiet for about a day. There are these great sets called Creator, and you can make 3 different things with them. I mean, it's just fantastic. So to hear that they're now doing it for kids who are blind, it is wonderful. It's truly profoundly wonderful because it is such a sensory thing to do, to build bricks. You know, my son gets a very limited amount of screen time every day. And what is the thing that he's now choosing to watch? People building Lego sets. And he was, for the most part, obsessed with, you know, little figures like this. Remember the part where Princess Leia says to Luke Skywalker, "You're a little bit short. You're a little bit small for short for it." Let me do that again. You're a little bit short for a stormtrooper. You know, the wonder of it. He was so into the figurines and playing with the little figurines. He's watched these videos and now he just builds and he free builds, and the creativity. It's so wonderful. So to open this up to kids who have who can't see is just extraordinary. I'm so thrilled that these kids will get the nachas, the joy of building Lego, because they will be able to feel what the brick is. Of course, you can feel how many numbers, a 1, a 2, a 3, a double 2. These are the words we use in my house. We no longer use the S word because we say silly banana head. And I'm not doing all of this because my son will watch this recording one day and say, "Dad, you lied to me. The Springboks were playing at night, not the next morning when you showed me the recording." I should have said that right.
Delayed. You must learn from the SABC.
Don't tell me the score.
It's delayed live is the term that the SABC taught us not so long ago. But what's the thinking here, Toby? Because I believe they, like we said, they've made it available to certain specialist schools since 2020. But then they got inundated with requests to make it available more widely. I mean, there really is the possibility that parents might see the value in getting this for their kids who can see, and perhaps they can learn Braille.
Exactly. I mean, we took our son to a really extraordinary Montessori school, Little Star in Parkhurst. Its principal is like a living treasure. She's the most amazing woman, Laurie. And what Laurie did was teach all the kids sign language. So when we say that to our son, he knows, "I love you." We know, "Thank you." I mean, I know very limited amounts of words. I'm always kind of embarrassed that, you know, the only words I know in foreign language are usually "please," "thank you," and the names of several different meals.
Or how to ask for beer.
Exactly. So, you know, I mean, my son will know when he sees the video that I'm saying "I love you." It's just wonderful, you know, like learning new things, learning other languages, it just enriches your life in a wonderful way. If more people know how to read Braille, imagine the consciousness of a generation of people who've grown up playing Lego, reading Braille, thinking this is a very hard experience for someone who can't see. imagine the compassion that will inspire in people. I can see over my shoulder, by the way, there's a little Lego figure head over there. And just in case you think I'm doing this play, this is my rubbish bin.
No,
You
no,
get
no.
these
Listen,
giant
there's no
jumbo
questioning. I
things,
mean,
you
I've come
know.
across some of the biggest Lego fans I know are grown men and women. So I don't question that at all. But I am very aware that this is a privilege. Being able to own and play with Lego is a privilege because it's not cheap. You and I both, Nat. Your wife knows that, I'm sure. And I'm very aware of it as I've started walking this journey with my little one, that this is something that could bankrupt us, but she loves it. And you see how they thrive and how their brain develops and how they benefit from it. It is a pity that this kind of
Absolutely.
thing, that there is that kind of barrier to entry. But this kind of
Well, let's
development, you
start a
can't put a price on
movement.
it.
Exactly. Let's start a movement. Middle-class people, please donate your old Lego. We'll set up a trust and we'll distribute it, because the great thing about Lego is it never goes out of fashion.
No,
It's
it
also
doesn't.
made of plastic, so it never dies. But the wonderful thing about Lego is it has what they call the system. So all Lego clicks into all other Lego. You'll find some of the Duplo will click together. Of course, there are lots of imitations, but the great thing is all you need is a couple of pieces of Lego, or if 30, 40 pieces. I mean, I think about the research they've done about reading. If people see their parents reading, children see their parents reading, it automatically inspires them to read. If they have a house where there's not just a bookshelf, but one or two books, that inspires a culture of reading. And the same perhaps we can do with Lego. And, there's a great company called the Yellow Brick, I'm going to get the name wrong, Yellow Brick Company, yellowbrick.co.za, I think is their website. They've got a store in Sandton. I spend a small fortune with them every now and again.
Great Yellow Brick.
The really great Yellow Brick. Thank you very much. So let's ask those guys, let's say to people, please donate your old Lego and we will distribute it. Between Stuff and eNCA, we will make sure that as many people who can't afford it get that Lego, and I will donate a whole bunch of my son's Lego. And I just think this is the way to do it. It may be an expensive thing, it may be a very middle class thing, but there's no reason why the tens of millions of parents in South Africa and kids who've loved it would not be happy to donate their Lego to a good cause like this. I'm going to call you in the morning.
Okay.
Don't tell me the score. I'm going to go back and watch.
You heard it here first. What a great way to end a great conversation. Thank you so much, Toby Shapshak.
Good Shabbos.
With Stuff Studios, editor-in-chief.
Don't tell the rabbi I'm watching TV.
Or the rugby, for that matter. We'll leave it there. Thank you so much, as always. Well, look out for the information on where you can donate the Lego that your kids are or your spouses are no longer using anymore, and perhaps we can get it out there to children who would really love to get their hands on some Lego time.